What's up, everybody? Happy Friday, and welcome to Boss FM Evening News, where we bring you the dopest and the hottest news. So stay tuned as we touch on NASA's new rover, Naomi Osaka, and more. I'm your host, Alex Coltrane. Stay tuned, everybody.
Wake the streets up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Wake the streets up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys, starting us off, NASA's Perseverance Mars rover has successfully landed on the Red Planet, and the agency will hold a press conference at 5:30 p.m. today to discuss how the landing went. Now, the Perseverance landed in the Jezero crater on Mars after nearly a 7-month voyage from Earth. The rover will spend at least 2 years exploring the crater to search for signs of ancient life, collect samples for a future mission to return to Earth, and to deliver the first helicopter to another world. I do think that's huge, especially if we can get some great information back from the rover. So stay tuned on that. Big news, big news. An Alaska woman camping with her brother near Chilkat Lake over the weekend nearly had to kiss hers goodbye when she encountered a bear in the outhouse. She told a local radio station, "I got in there and sat down on the toilet seat and something immediately bit me in the butt." Shannon Stevens told the Alaska-based news stations this week. "I jumped up and screamed," she continued. The commotion got the attention of her brother Eric Stevens, who said he ran over to the outhouse. "I take the headlamp and I grab the lid of the toilet seat and lift it up," he told the station. "Right at the level of the toilet seat, maybe an inch or two below, is a gigantic bear face looking right back up at me." The duo ran back to shelter, cleaned up Shannon's injuries, which were not serious, thankfully, and hunkered down for the night. And the next morning, they found the tracks leading from their campfire to the outhouse, but the bear itself was gone. They said the animal may have entered below the outhouse through a downhill opening and made its way towards the seat. That's probably the worst possible scenario you can imagine when going camping or just even out at a cabin. You know, that's the kind of thing everyone tells you not to worry about. Until you have to worry about it, that's some scary stuff. Bears are scary news. In other news, the Beach Boys have sold the rights to their intellectual property, becoming the latest artist to hand over their copyright to another party. In recent months, the likes of Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Stevie Nicks, and Lindsey Buckingham have all sold up the rights to their back catalogs. The Beach Boys have now sold the rights to their entire brand to music industry veteran Irving Azoff's iconic artist group. The amount Azoff has paid in the deal has not yet been made public, but in return, he now owns the group's master recordings, the rights to the Beach Boys' names, their likenesses, a share of their publishing rights, and all memorabilia. As part of the deal, the band will still own an interest in their assets, but Iconic has the power in their business decisions. I'm no musical artist. This just seems crazy to me, especially with all the artists coming out recently talking about buying back their masters. And, we went through all this with Prince. And it just seems kind of wild that, especially with a group, they would all agree to sell off their music like that and wouldn't want to hand it down to maybe their children or their loved ones. I don't know. I'm not sure how the music industry works, behind the scenes. That's just wild to me. But hopefully they got paid off of it. I'm sure they were the Beach Boys, so I'm sure there was a big check involved. Good luck to them. Next up, 2 women disguised themselves as grannies in a failed attempt to get a second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, Florida health officials said. So yesterday, we realized a couple of young ladies came dressed up as grannies to get vaccinated for the second time, Dr. Raul Pino, the director of the Florida Department of Health in Orange County, said during a press briefing on Thursday. So I don't know how they escaped the first time. The women showed up to the Orange County Convention Center wearing bonnets, gloves, and glasses. The whole thing, Pino said. They are in their 30s and 40s, according to an Orange County Sheriff's Office, which would make them ineligible to receive the vaccine outside of healthcare or long-term care facility setting. Deputies issued the 2 women trespass warnings after their dates of birth did not match those that they had used to register for the vaccines. Now, the names, however, did match the registration. No other law enforcement action was taken, the sheriff's office said, adding, and we don't have any information about whether they were wearing disguises or how they were dressed. Seems like they got off easy. They just wanted some vaccines, but of course you hear some wild stuff like that coming out of Florida. Never fails to disappoint. Next up on Friday's segment, Black Friday, I just wanted to touch on some spiraling stories about Naomi Osaka beating Serena Williams to go to the Australia Open. Seems like everyone is trying to pit these two together, and naturally so. The rookie and the vet, you're going to naturally, compare their legacies and their greatness, especially when it's someone so crazy huge like Serena with such a huge legacy. I think that is, the natural course of action. However, I think it's important to see Naomi Osaka not necessarily as Serena Williams' rival, but her legacy, and she passes the torch. And it's a great time for Black athletes right now. Not that it's ever not a great time performance-wise for Black athletes. We kind of dominate almost every sport, but it's kind of crazy just seeing the evolution of each sport. Whether you're a basketball fan, a tennis fan, a football fan, it's just kind of crazy seeing the culmination of where the new generation takes it, and it's kind of fun getting in front row, and we're going to be able to see 10, 20 years from now where it's going to be taken from these newcomers. So I'm very excited, to see how their careers play out. Always here, for seeing Black athletes succeed and Black people succeed, and that's what this segment is about. So definitely keep them on your radar. It's going to be interesting to see them. It's the news stories of Tiger Woods and athletes like that. So congratulations to Naomi Osaka. Best of luck to her in the Australia Open. And that is it for our Friday evening news, guys. Thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next week, Monday at 8:30 p.m. for more Boss FM news. And don't forget to tune in Monday morning at 10:30 a.m. with Christian and Megan for more entertainment news updates with Boss FM. As always, if you would like to rewatch our show, it will be available full replay on all of our socials and on the Boss FM app. Once again, I'm your host, Alex Coltrane. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a good night, guys.
Yeah.